We'll be talking about online shopping and e-payment. And the objective of today's discussion, what we intend to achieve today, is that everyone should be able to define online shopping, at least tell a little bit of the story of the history of online shopping and how it developed, identify the target audience of online shopping and its strengths, identify the payment systems available for online shoppers, enumerate the issues of logistics, security, conveniences, user interface, and much more as it concerns online shopping. We also will be looking at a list of various types of e-payments, and we'll differentiate the various forms of e-payment method and identify the advantages and disadvantages associated with the use of e-payments. Let's jump straight to it. Now, what do we mean by online shopping? Online shopping is the process consumers go through to purchase products or services over the internet. The key word there is that purchases are carried out over the internet. An online shop, often referred to as e-shop or e-store, internet shop, web store, web shop, online store, or virtual store, are the equivalent of a physical buying of products or services at a brick and mortar building or retailer shop. Okay, so it's an equivalent, or like a shopping mall, as you may want to refer it to. Online shop can be used for business to business transactions, business to consumer transactions. We also know what the short form or short acronym for this kind of business is. We call business to business B2B, and we call business to consumers B2C transactions. So online shopping can aid these forms of transaction. Now let's just highlight some key timelines in online shopping history. Like in 1990, a particular personality called Tim Berners-Lee created the World Wide Web browser, and since about 1990, online shopping has emerged into every corner of our lives. Most of us have used it today for one thing or the other. Now, another timeline is 1994. Online banking started in 1994. After that, the opening of the online pizza shop by Pizza Hut. Then Netscape introduced the secure socket layer, the SSL encryption, to enable transaction of data transferred online, which has become essential for online shopping. It was just trying to protect the process. In 1995, Amazon started online shopping. Then in 1996, eBay opened for online shopping as well. Online shopping predates the World Wide Web, for there were earlier experience involving real-time transaction processing from a domestic television. Most of us will recall, if we are old enough, when people will come online on our VHF TV those days, and or UHF TV, and tell you, after talking about a particular product, they start telling you to call in now so that you can pay a certain discounted amount. All right, so this we also refer to it as a real-time transaction. Now, what are the target audience? Who are the target audience for online shopping? Now, a particular target audience is the middle class and upper class women. Why is it so? Online target generally targets the middle class and upper class women, probably because they want to purchase things easily and don't want to go through the rigor of going to a brick and mortar mall to purchase. Now, level of exposure to technology also affects the target audience that online shopping targets. Those consumers who are exposed to technology are more likely to shop online. Those owning or having access to computers, phones, or those that own credit cards, these are predisposing factors to them being easy prey to online shopping. All right, so this technology separates social classes and their ability to shop. If you don't have a credit card or you don't even have a gadget to use, you are likely to love online shopping, but you will not be able to exploit it. So your level of exposure to technology makes you a target for online shopping. Then we also have the social position. Social position strongly influences individual preferences and tastes in popular culture. So we also have the level of education, because you need to have a certain level of education to shop online safely. All right, even just to understand it basically for the first level, and then when we move to the next level, to carry out a safe transaction, you need a certain level of education. Then we have level of income. Young people with income tend to shop online. Older people with income, some of them are skeptical, but those that have gotten into it safely tend to shop online as well. Now we also have occupation of the head of the family or the head of a household. If the occupation of the head of a household favors the perception, that is, that person's occupation favors that perception of non-store shopping, that is not going to the store to shop, you always observe that that head of the family will tend to be shopping online, and that will influence the family as well. Okay, we move on. Now, what are the trends and predicabilities in online shopping? Number one third of people that shop online use a search engine to find what they are looking for, and about 1/4 of people find websites by word of mouth. For example, you say, where can I access now school portal? Someone will tell you by word of mouth. Where can I purchase a new car? Someone tells you by word of mouth. Where can I purchase used car in Nigeria? Someone tells you by word of mouth. So 1/3 of people that shop online use a search engine to search or to find what they are looking for, and about 1/4 of people find websites by word of mouth. Number two, when an online shopper has a good first experience with a certain website, probably 60% of the time they will return to buy more. This is akin to the human nature. Once you experience something that is favorable, you tend to respond favorably towards such things. Number three, books are one of the things bought most online. Books are one of the things bought most online. However, clothes, shoes, accessories are closing in on books fast. I believe that if you do this research again today, probably jewelries, technological gadgets, shoes and clothes may have superseded books in the most bought items online. Number four, 25% of air travelers buy plane tickets online compared to airline travels and make purchases. Now, that is obviously heightened by the COVID era that just passed. Most people don't go to the brick and mortar buildings again to purchase their ticket. They just sit in their house and purchase their airline ticket. Number five, shopping online provides more freedom or control than in a shop. You know, sometimes some of us find it very difficult to resist some sales rep. When they lash on you, you buy things you don't want to buy. But while you are purchasing online, you are basically with your gadget. You can withhold your buying at any time. You can decide not to buy. But there are certain times that some people can't just say no to certain sales rep. So you see, shopping online provides you more freedom, control than in a store. Number six, online shopping is arguably the most predictable way to shop, since you know where to shop, the cost of the product you are going for, how long it will take to arrive at its destination. That is number six. Now, how do we effect payments? We could effect payments through checks, through debit cards, through wire transfers, delivery on payment, postal money orders, money brokers, cash, PayPal, and so on and so forth. These are the various types of electronic money we can use to make payments. Now, product delivery. Once a payment has been accepted, the goods and services can be delivered in the following ways: one, through download; two, through shipping; three, through drop shipping; four, in-store pickup. That is, you go to a store, a consumer orders a product and then finds a local store. using the locator software or something like that and pick up the product he had ordered at the closest store. This is a method often used in brick and click business model. Brick and click business model. Please take note of that. Okay, let's move on. Now we also have the shopping cart system. This is a system, or this system could be operated online or offline. Offline administration of products and categories. A high-end solution can be bought or rented as a standalone program or as an addition to an enterprise resource planning program. It is usually installed on a company's own web server and may integrate into the existing supply chain so that ordering, paying, delivering, accounting, and warehousing can be automated to a large extent. Now, some of you must have seen the shopping cart system when you try to log into certain website where they say, should we add this to your shopping cart? That is as if they are adding it to what the list of items you will be paying for. Okay, now, all right, open source shopping cart packages include advanced platforms such as Interchange and off-the-shelf solution as e-commerce, Magento, Zenchart, and VirtualMart. By using a framework already existing, software modules for different functionalities required by a web shop can be adapted and combined. Okay, well, those of you that have questions, just reserve them. I will soon give you open the floor for you to ask your questions. Now, we also have what is referred to as information load. Information load is directly related to concerns about whether consumers can be given too much information in virtual shopping environment. Compared with conventional retail shop, computer shopping enriches the information environment of virtual shopping by providing additional product information such as ability to compare products and services, alternatives, and attributes of each alternatives, and so on and so forth. Now, when we say information load, we also just mean the direct related information consumers can be given concerning virtual shopping in a virtual shopping environment. Some of you must have noticed you want to buy a phone physically, but you go online first and you go to some unique websites that allows you to compare the features of phones. Probably the phone you are trying to buy is it has some unique features. All right, so such phones, you now take that phone and compare it with related phones. All right, now because you have this online resource or website that can help you compare these phones, you can arrive at a particular decision conveniently because you have information, which we otherwise say is information load. This kind of information is not possible in a physical shop because it is only limited to the information the product seller keeps handy. That's the only information you can get concerning such product. Okay, two major dimensions of information load. There are complexity and there are novelty. Complexity concerning information load simply refers to the number of different elements or features of a site, which can be the result of increased information diversity. That's what complexity is talking about. Novelty involves the unexpected, suppressing new or unfamiliar aspect of the site. We're talking about a website that helps you to get information about products. Now research shows that the novelty dimension kept consumers exploring shopping sites, whereas the complexity dimension has the potential to induce impulse purchases. I hope you're getting the point. Now, the novelty dimension that is of information load was what kept consumers keep coming to the site to explore it. But the complexity dimension of information load was what made them buy it, make them impulsive in their purchase without looking too far, without exploring further, without investigating further. So you should understand the two dimensions of information load. We say their complexity and novelty. Now, user interface. In considering user interface, the country and customer must be taken into account. What is obtainable in a country may not be obtainable in another country. For customers, there is a difference in experience. Experienced users focus more on the variables that directly influence the task, while novice users are focusing more on understanding the information. So you see, in if you are more experienced in purchasing online, you will be focusing on the variables that directly influence whatever thing you are doing there. You're checking other things, not directly about what you want to purchase. Other information will help you make up your mind. But those that are novices in using an online platform and all that, they are just looking at some funny information and they are not really going really deep. When customers visited online shops or visit online shop, the most important factors are the ease of the using that online platform and the presence of user-friendly features. That is key in keeping them in such platforms. Now, what is convenience of online shopping? Online stores are usually available 24 hours, and that is one of the unique convenience for those that are shopping online. So 24 hours the shop is open. Many consumers have internet access both at work and at home. So this is a convenient thing concerning online shopping. Number two, searching or browsing an online catalog can be faster than browsing the aisles of a physical store. Number three, some consumers prefer interacting with people rather than computers, and vice versa. Some people prefer interacting with computers rather than people. Sometimes because they find computers handy or devices like phones, they find them easy and convenient to use, they prefer that. That is making it convenient for them to shop online. But for those that don't like those devices, they just end up not going online. Number four, bricks and click stores offer the ability to buy online but pick up in a nearby store. Like some online shopping platform, you buy things. Once you buy things from them, the next thing is to impute where you will pick up the item. That is brick and click stores. You shop online but you pick up your item in a nearby store. Now, information and reviews. One, let's discuss this. Online stores must describe products for sale with text, with photos, with multimedia files, unlike physical retail store or mall where products are being presented for inspection. Just the information on the product is enough. But you see, if you want to buy a phone online, you see the picture just like you will see it in a store. However, you could also search the specification of that phone. You could also compare it. All these you can do online. So you see, information and reviews are easy online. Number two, some online stores provide link to supplementary product information such as instruction on how to use it, safety procedure about the gadget, demonstrating how to use it, demonstrations and or manufacturer specification of those products to help consumers decide which product to buy. So you see, information and review are easier online. Some stores even allow customers to comment or rate their items. Some of you must have rated some item, giving them a 5-star, giving them thumbs up, and so on and so forth. Number four, some online stores have real-time chat features where consumers can easily chat about the product real time, but most rely on emails or phone calls to handle customer questions and provide answers. Then we also have pricing and selection. Customers are able to quickly seek out deals for items or services with many different vendors online. Search engines and online price comparison services can be used to look up sellers of products and services. All these are online. Shoppers find a greater selection online in certain market segments. And number four, shipping costs, that is, if it is applicable, reduce the price advantage of online merchandise. Though, depending on the jurisdiction where you are sending it to, a lack of sales tax may compensate for this, because some products, when you buy them, you don't pay a tax on sales. Some products, when you buy them, they are cheaper, but when you have to pay for shipping costs, it will just take off the advantage of buying online. You'll be better off to just walk down the street and buy from a shop than doing that. Number 5, some retailers, especially those selling small high value items like electronics, offer free shipping on sufficient large orders. So these are some of them. Now we now talk about fraud and security as it concerns online shopping. Given the lack of ability to inspect merchandise before purchase, consumers are at high risk of fraud on the part of the merchants than in a physical store. I know physical stores where I know the owners. If I buy things from them, I'll tell them, if this thing doesn't work, I'll bring it back. But online, sometimes you can't say that. Once you purchase, you have purchased. So merchants risk fraudulent purchases using stolen credit card. In fact, I just remembered when it was trending online, what you order and what you get. Some of you must have experienced that. You will see an exquisite shirt, a beautiful top, a nice footwear, a nice gown, and then you order it. And when they bring it, it is nothing close to what you ordered. And these are some of the embarrassments that come, or fraud that comes from online shopping. Now we also have secure socket layers, the SSL encryption, which has generally solved the problem of credit card numbers being intercepted in transit between the consumer and the merchant. You want to buy something online and people try to intercept the information on your credit card as you key them into the website before your merchants can use them. There are issues of identity theft where hackers break into a merchant's website and steal people's names, their addresses, their credit card numbers, and use it to trade. Now, these days, we also have the issue of phishing. Phishing is one concept in online transaction that you must be cautious about. What is the meaning of this word, phishing? It's when a consumer is fooled into thinking that they are dealing with a reputable retailer. For example, you want to do a bank transaction, and then you go online to search for that bank website. Be careful that you are on the right site, or else you will key in your details into the wrong site, and if it's a wrong site, it is obviously going to be a phishing site, which is a site designed to confuse you to think that your bank A is what you just searched for, and then your details will be stolen. So we need to be very careful with phishing online whenever we are transacting. Now, how consumers can protect.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I just want to interrupt. How then can we identify the secure site?
Okay, now before we move on, let's just talk about that slightly. There's what we call an HTTP, the hypertext transfer protocol, which you see on your site. Most times when you are dealing with online merchants, maybe a trading site, always look at the URL. Make sure that the URL is not HTTP. It is HTTP. Who can guess? It was one of our S. Beautiful. S. HTTPS. S stands for secure, because with such URL with S, there is another level of security embedded in your URL. But if it's just HTTP, be very careful. In fact, I will advise you not to put your critical information, your bank details, and all those things that can really expose you to fraud. So that is my personal advice. Then there's another thing again that can help you pick out phishing sites. Sites like maybe our school website, sites like our school, like Remita website. One of the things you will notice with reputable websites is that you hardly see errors. You hardly see spelling errors. you hardly see some flimsy things. But these phishing sites, because they are designed in a short time to defraud, because the intention is to really defraud, they don't put in so much effort and diligence in designing them. So once you start seeing things like error, maybe a box is overlapping on another box and all that kind of thing, my dear, that should raise your antenna. That should raise your antenna for securing yourself. Run out of that place. All right, that is my own personal advice, because once your information is compromised, it is compromised. It's difficult for you to retrieve it. Like I'm talking to you now, I got a mail from I just got a chat from a friend whose WhatsApp account has been hacked. And that WhatsApp account that has been hacked, a sister, one of our sisters, had sent 100,000 naira to the hacker already, and we are already mourning it. My people are mourning that money now, trying to inform everybody that our brother's account was hacked. So you see, this is a challenge you get from online dealings. You have to be careful. If your account is hacked and you know it, send a mail, make calls, post things, alert people before the fraudsters start defrauding them. And secondly, if people call you or chat you up to send money because they have access to your number, probably they send you, please, I'm having difficulty sending money to my bank, can you help me? Please call the person. Don't transfer the money. Don't just deal with the person based on chat basis. Call the person. And of course, if you call, you'll be able to tell if it's your sister or your brother you're talking with. In fact, if you suspect so much, put it on video call, and that is when the person will run away. First way a consumer can protect themselves from online retail stores or services from being defrauded: stick to stores that you know. Now, for consumers to protect themselves, they should make sure that the vendors that they are using specifically write on their page that they want to protect their customers. Okay, they protect customers' information. Number 3, like I said earlier, make sure that the site you are using is using an HTTPS, not HTTP, so that you can ensure that there's a security protocol on that website. Number 4, use a strong password without personal information in your password. For example, some people use passwords where they include their date of birth, their name, and all that. Don't worry, fraudsters can guess those things. So try to use things that are off the cuff. Number on your street, number under your shoe, number of your laptop, things that are unique. Use them to combine them. Use uppercase, lowercase, use wildcards. Use different names that are not easily guessable. When you combine them, and that will make a strong password. That way, your account will not be hacked. Okay, let me move straight to e-payments. So for e-payments, you can use debit cards, you can use credit cards, you can use FSB, wire transfer, and money order. All right. Now, I won't talk much about the history, but let's talk about security of wire transfer. Then I will call it a day for today. Now, today.
Can I just seek for clarification, please?
Yes.
Can we go back to the debit card? There is a place I want clarification, please.
Okay.
Back to where we have the debit card, the last page, the last slide before now.
This one.
No, there's a place I saw something like
FSA debit card.
Yes, what's the difference between the debit cards, the one you have debit card, and the FSA debit cards?
The FSA simply means flexible spending account. It is unique to those in United States. It's not. We don't use it here.
Hear you for that, sir.
Can you hear me? I said the FSA debit card is a card that is unique to the United States of America. It's a debit card only allowed.
I can get it. I've gotten it, sir.
Okay, so it's just a unique card. All right. Of course, you know the credit card is a card that doesn't have any cash in the account. All right. Okay, like I said, e-payments. We have different kinds of e-payments: debit card, credit card, the debit FSA card, the wire transfer, and money order. All right, these are the payment methods we use to effect payments online. Now, the debit card is a plastic card which provides an alternative payment method to cash when making purchase. Now, functionally, it is similar to writing a check, as the funds are withdrawn directly from either the bank account or from the remaining balance on the card. In some countries, the debit card is multi-purpose, acting as an ATM card for withdrawing cash and as a check guarantee card. This is unique to Nigeria. Then we also have credit cards. Credit cards are cards that have monies. They don't have monies in their account, but they have a credit limit. A credit card is allowed to a customer is allowed to use a credit card to a certain spending limit. Beyond that, you can't spend more than such an amount because it is credit. You don't have the money, you are spending monies you don't have. So that is the difference. Debit card, you have the money. Now let's move to the next. Like we said, the FSA debit card. This is a unique card to the United States of America. It's called the flexible spending account debit card. Only allows medical expenses on it. It is used by some banks for withdrawal from their FSAS account, MSAS account, and so on and so forth. We also have wire transfer. Is another way of carrying out or making payments online. Wire transfer is a method of transferring money from one entity to another. A wire transfer can be made from one entity's bank account to the other entity's bank account, and by a transfer of cash to a cash office. So it has different dimensions of transfer. So I'm not going to talk about the history of wire transfer now. You can look that up from your module. All right, now I'm going to move swiftly to security of wire transfer. Wire transfer done through cash offices are essentially anonymous and are designed for transfer between persons who trust each other. Some of you have seen people transfer money through Western Union and so on, and that is that. Now, it is unsafe to send money by wire to an unknown person to collect at a cash office. The receiver of the money may, after collecting it, simply disappear. This scam has been used often, especially in so-called Nigerian letters, also called advance fee fraud, as a 419 letters, and so on and so forth. So I'm just skipping. Now, what are the methods of wire transfer? We have Western Union, which allows individuals to transfer or receive money without an account with Western Union or any financial institution at that. Now, although Western Union keep information about senders and receivers, some transactions can be done essentially anonymously, for the receiver is not always required to show identification. Now, we also have international wire transfers, where Western Union allows individuals to transfer and receive money without necessarily having an account with the bank that is going to effect the transfer. Now, there's a little history of Western Union here, or how it works, but I'm not going into that and all that. Just read them up. Now, we also have another form of payment called money order. Money order is a payment order for a pre-specified amount of money. Because it is required that funds be prepared for the amount shown on it, it is a more trusted method of payment than a personal check. So merchants welcome the extra security of a prepaid money order instead of a personal check, which can bounce. So people keep money and then make money order. So money backs up the money order. So there's money that you really would like to transfer. Now, there's a history to it, but I'm not going to go through that. Now, I'm going to skip this. I really need to skip all this. We also have alternative to money order. in the last decade, a number of electronic alternatives to money order have emerged and have, in some cases, supplanted money order as a preferred cash transaction or transmission method. And this is unique to different locations or regions around the world. In Japan, the Konbini system enables cash to cash transfer. Now in Italy, the post-pay system offered through the Italian post system also offers something that is similar to money order. Then we have Ireland, the 3Vs is offered through mobile top-up locations, and in the United States, paid by cash is something similar to money order. So we also have many of these alternatives in other countries. We just highlighted a few of them here. All right, now we are coming to a conclusion to our discussion today, and now I'll open the floor. You can now ask your questions. We can go back to the slide that you do not understand. I will explain it, and then we can call it a day today. Okay. All right, in the absence of any questions, can I say goodbye? Let's see tomorrow or next. I will send you the recordings.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right.